In a world where time is slipping away, where dreams are left unfinished, and where most people feel trapped in an endless cycle of procrastination, self-doubt, and regret, there's one thing that separates those who rise from those who stay behind: habits. The Buddha once said, "Pain is certain, suffering is optional." And that's the truth. Your habits determine whether you stay stuck in suffering or break free and grow. If you keep feeding the same toxic habits, you'll keep getting the same painful results. But when you let go of what holds you back, you step into the life you were meant to live. And today we're uncovering 10 bad habits you must quit right now. Because if you don't, they'll keep you trapped forever. But if you do, your entire life will transform. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's been holding you back and how to break free. Let's dive in. 1. Procrastination. You keep telling yourself, "I will do it tomorrow," but tomorrow turns into next week, next month, or even next year. Before you know it, time has passed and you are still in the same place. You wait for the perfect moment, but the truth is, it will never come. There will always be distractions, doubts, and reasons to delay. But success does not come to those who wait. It comes to those who take action, even when they do not feel ready. Every time you put something off, you are not just delaying a task. You are delaying your growth, your success, and your future. The Buddha once said, "A jug fills drop by drop." And that is the secret to success: small, consistent actions. Most people think they need a huge, life-changing event to start. But in reality, it is the small steps you take every day that create the biggest impact. Think about this. How many times have you looked back and wished you had started something sooner? How many opportunities have you missed just because you hesitated? The hardest part is always starting, but once you take the first step, things start to fall into place. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to have everything figured out. You just need to begin. Even the most successful people did not have all the answers when they started, but they took action anyway. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes. Every day that you delay, you are strengthening the habit of procrastination. It becomes easier to make excuses, easier to stay in your comfort zone, and harder to take action. But if you start today, right now, even with one small step, you are breaking that cycle. One small action leads to another. One step turns into progress. And before you know it, your life starts to change. So ask yourself, what is one thing you have been putting off? A dream, a goal, a task that could improve your life? Stop waiting. Stop making excuses. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is now. 2. Negative self-talk. The words you say to yourself shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself, "I am not good enough," "I will never succeed," or "I always make mistakes," then your mind starts to believe it. And when you believe it, you live it. Your thoughts create your future. The way you speak to yourself every day has the power to either push you forward or hold you back. The Buddha once said, "What we think, we become." Imagine planting a seed in your mind. If you feed it with doubt, fear, and self-criticism, it will grow into insecurity, failure, and regret. But if you water it with self-belief, encouragement, and positive thoughts, it will grow into confidence, success, and inner peace. Your words have power. Use them wisely. Think about this. Would you speak to a close friend the way you speak to yourself? If your friend made a mistake, would you tell them they are worthless? Would you say they will never succeed? Of course not. Then why do you allow yourself to be your own worst enemy? It is time to break free from the habit of negative self-talk. The truth is, your brain listens to everything you say. The more you repeat something, the more your subconscious mind accepts it as truth. If you keep saying, "I cannot do this," your mind will find ways to prove you right. But if you start saying, "I am capable, I may struggle, but I will figure it out," your mind will work to make that true. Your inner voice should be your biggest supporter, not your worst critic. Instead of saying, "I am not good enough," tell yourself, "I am growing and improving every day." Instead of thinking, "I always fail," remind yourself, "Every failure is a lesson that makes me stronger." If you want to change your life, start by changing the way you talk to yourself. Your thoughts influence your actions, and your actions shape your future. So the next time you catch yourself thinking self-defeating thoughts, pause and ask, would I say this to someone I love? If not, change the narrative. Speak to yourself with the same kindness and encouragement you would give to a friend. Your mind listens to everything you say, so start speaking power, confidence, and success into your life. Because when you believe in yourself, the world will believe in you too, and that is when everything changes. 3. Seeking constant validation. You always want approval from others, waiting for them to say you are good enough, smart enough, or successful enough. You hesitate to make decisions, change your opinions to fit in, and feel uncomfortable when people do not acknowledge your efforts. But here is the truth. The more you rely on others to make you feel worthy, the weaker your confidence becomes. The Buddha once said, "No one saves us but ourselves." This means that your self-worth should not come from someone else. It should come from within. But too many people base their happiness on what others think. They post pictures for likes, wait for compliments to feel good, and change themselves to get approval. The moment they do not get the attention they want, they feel unimportant. Think about it. Have you ever kept quiet just because you were afraid of being judged? Have you ever pretended to be someone you are not, just to fit in? If yes, then you know how exhausting it feels. You cannot live freely if you are always chasing approval. The biggest problem with seeking validation is that it never ends. One compliment makes you happy, but soon you need another. If one person approves of you today, tomorrow, you will need someone else to do the same. It is like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in it. It will never be full. Here is something important to remember. Not everyone will like you, and that is okay. No matter how kind, smart, or hardworking you are, some people will always find something to criticize. But their opinion does not decide your worth. Only you can decide that. When you rely on others for validation, you give them control over your emotions. If they praise you, you feel happy. If they ignore you, you feel invisible. But ask yourself, do you really want to live like this? Letting others decide how you feel about yourself. The moment you stop chasing validation, you take back your power. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that you do not need anyone's approval to feel good about yourself. Imagine making choices based on what truly makes you happy instead of what impresses others. That is real confidence. So ask yourself, are you living for your own happiness, or are you living to impress others? The world will always have opinions, but your opinion of yourself is the only one that matters. Believe in yourself. You are already enough. 4. Overthinking everything. In a world where your mind can be your greatest strength, why do you let it become your biggest enemy? You sit there, lost in thought, replaying that awkward conversation from weeks ago. Did I sound stupid? What if they think less of me? Or maybe you are stuck worrying about the future. What if I fail? What if I make the wrong decision? What if everything goes wrong? The more you think, the deeper you sink into a spiral of doubt and fear. Overthinking is like a storm. It grows stronger the more attention you give it. The Buddha once said, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." But if your thoughts are full of fear and hesitation, how can you ever move forward? Overthinking does not solve problems, it creates them. It makes small issues feel huge, steals your peace, and paralyzes you from taking action. The truth is, 90% of the things you worry about never even happen. And even if they do, you will handle them, just like you always have. Instead of being a prisoner of your thoughts, shift your focus to what you can control. Take action, trust yourself, and free your mind, because life is happening right now. The longer you overthink, the more you doubt yourself. You start questioning your abilities, second-guessing every decision, and fearing failure before even trying. But success belongs to those who take action, not those who wait for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment, only wasted time. Overthinking does not protect you from failure. It guarantees it by stopping you before you even begin. The mind is a powerful tool, but only if you control it instead of letting it control you. So next time you catch yourself trapped in endless thoughts, ask yourself, is this helping me or is it holding me back? Because in the end, the only way to break free is to trust yourself, Take a deep breath and just move forward. 5. Comparing yourself to others. In a world filled with social media highlights and picture-perfect lives, it is easy to feel like you are falling behind. You scroll through your phone and see people achieving success, buying new cars, traveling the world, or living the dream life you always wanted. And suddenly your own progress feels small. You start thinking, why am I not there yet? Why is my life not as exciting? What am I doing wrong? But here's the truth. Comparison is a thief. It steals your joy, your confidence, and your ability to appreciate how far you have already come. The Buddha once said, "Do not look at others' bowls to see if they have more than you. Look only at your own to see if you have enough." Because the only person you should be competing with is your past self. What you do not see is the struggle behind other people's success, the failures, the sleepless nights, the sacrifices, and the moments of doubt they had to push through. You are comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel, and that is never a fair comparison. Imagine planting a seed and expecting it to grow into a full tree overnight. It takes time, patience, and the right conditions. Just because someone else is ahead does not mean you are behind. It simply means your journey is different, and different does not mean less. The more you focus on others, the less energy you have to improve yourself. Every minute spent envying someone else's life is a minute taken away from building your own. When you constantly compare, you blind yourself to your own strengths and unique path. You are running your own race, not theirs. Instead of seeing others as competition, see them as inspiration. Learn from them. Study their habits, understand their struggles, and apply those lessons to your own journey. Turn jealousy into motivation. Think about it. What if the version of you 5 years ago could see you today? Would they be proud of how much you have grown, of the obstacles you have overcome? You have come further than you think, but comparison keeps you from seeing it. Instead of worrying about how far ahead someone else is, look at how far you have come. The real competition is with the person in the mirror. Success is not a race, it is a journey, and everyone has their own timeline. Stop looking left and right. Stay in your lane. Your story is being written at its own pace, and every chapter is leading you to something greater. Focus on your own growth, celebrate your own progress, and trust that your time will come, because it will. 6. Fearing failure. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a necessary step toward it, but too many people let the fear of failure hold them back. They hesitate to take action, fearing they might make mistakes or look foolish. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect skill level before they start. But in reality, waiting for perfection is just another form of procrastination. No one ever feels 100% ready. The only way to grow is to take action, even if it is messy, uncertain, or uncomfortable. Fear will always be there, but the only way to silence it is to move forward despite it. If you never start, you will never know how far you could have gone. But here is a truth that many people ignore. Every successful person has failed more times than you can count. The only difference between them and those who never succeed is they refuse to quit. They did not see failure as the end, but as a stepping stone toward mastery. Think about athletes, entrepreneurs, or artists. They all have stories of rejection, setbacks, and failures. But instead of giving up, they use those failures to refine their skills and strategies. The reason they succeeded is that they saw failure as a lesson, not a dead end. If they had stopped after failing, the world would never have seen their greatness. The Buddha once said, "A jug fills drop by drop." Success is not an overnight event. It is a process of continuous effort, failure, learning, and growth. Think about a baby learning to walk. They fall hundreds of times before they take their first real steps. Do they ever stop trying? Number, they get up, adjust, and keep going until they succeed. But as adults, we fear failure so much that we give up too soon. Why do we expect to be perfect on the first try? The only way to improve is by doing, failing, and doing again. Every mistake you make is proof that you are trying, and that is something to be proud of. Because society has conditioned us to see failure as something shameful. We are taught to avoid mistakes, to fear judgment, and to stick to what feels comfortable. But the truth is, avoiding failure is the biggest failure of all. If you never take risks, you will never grow. If you never step outside your comfort zone, you will never achieve your full potential. Playing it safe might protect you from short-term discomfort, but it guarantees long-term regret. Every person who has ever achieved something great had to push through failure. The moment you stop fearing it, you will see doors open that you never even knew existed. Every great success story is built on failure. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Walt Disney was fired from a job for lacking creativity. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. If they had given up after failing, they would have never achieved greatness. The difference between them and most people is that they saw failure as a lesson, not a dead end. The people who win in life are not the ones who never fail, but the ones who never let failure stop them. The only way to truly fail is to give up entirely. So shift your mindset. Instead of fearing failure, embrace it. See every setback as a stepping stone. If you failed, it means you tried. It means you learned something. The only real failure is never trying at all. Do not let temporary disappointment stop you from long-term success. Success belongs to those who are willing to fail, learn, and keep going. The more you try, the better you get, until one day failure becomes just another step toward your victory. Success belongs to those who are willing to fail, learn, and keep going. So take the risk, make the mistake, learn the lesson, and then try again. Stronger, wiser, and unstoppable. Your future self will thank you for not giving up today. 7. Surrounding yourself with toxic people. In life, you don't just rise to your potential, you rise to the level of your environment. They say, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So take a moment and look around. Are the people closest to you lifting you up, pushing you forward, and encouraging your growth? Or are they secretly holding you back, draining your energy, and planting seeds of doubt in your mind? The truth is, your environment shapes you more than you realize. You might think, I can handle negativity, but negativity is like poison in the water. It spreads even if you take just a sip. When you surround yourself with people who complain, gossip, blame others, and settle for less, you unconsciously begin to adopt the same mindset. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Toxic people slowly destroy your mindset. Imagine your mind as a beautiful garden. Every positive thought is a seed, one that grows into confidence, success, and happiness. But what happens when you let toxic people into your life? They plant weeds. At first, it's just a few. A little negativity here, a little doubt there. But over time, those weeds spread, choking the life out of your dreams, your peace, and your self-belief. Toxic people come in many forms. The constant critic. No matter what you do, it's never good enough. They make you question your worth and erode your confidence. The energy vampire. After spending time with them, you feel drained, exhausted, and emotionally depleted. They take and take but never give. The manipulator. They use guilt, emotional blackmail, and mind games to control you, making you feel responsible for their problems. The fake friend. They pretend to support you, but deep down, they envy you. When you succeed, they don't clap, they get jealous. The drama magnet. Their life is a never-ending storm of chaos, problems, and conflicts. And the worst part? They pull you in, keeping you stuck in their mess. And here's the most dangerous part. You don't realize their impact until it's too late. Over time, you start doubting yourself, second-guessing your dreams, and believing the negativity they feed you. The cost of keeping toxic people in your life. Buddha once said, an insincere and evil friend is more to be feared than a wild beast. A wild beast may wound your body, but an evil friend will wound your mind. Think about that. A toxic person may not physically harm you, but they will break your spirit, poison your thoughts, and kill your ambition. Ask yourself, do I feel emotionally drained after being around certain people? Do they criticize me more than they encourage me? Do they celebrate my success, or do they feel threatened by it? Do they inspire me to grow, or do they keep me stuck in negativity? If your answers are negative, it's time to take action. How to remove toxic people from your life. Recognize them. Be honest. If someone makes you feel worse about yourself, they don't belong in your life. Set boundaries. You don't owe anyone unlimited access to your time, energy, or emotions. Limit interactions. If you can't cut them off completely, distance yourself. Spend less time and don't engage in their negativity. Surround yourself with positivity. Seek out people who uplift, challenge, and inspire you. Focus on self-growth. The stronger you become, the less tolerance you'll have for toxic people. Your environment shapes your future. Your circle is either a prison or a launch pad. If the people around you limit, drain, or hold you back, you'll struggle to move forward. But when you surround yourself with winners, people who challenge you, push you, and support your dreams, you'll grow faster than ever. At the end of the day, you become what you're surrounded by. Choose wisely, because your circle shapes your future. 8. Lack of discipline. Discipline is the foundation of all success. It's the invisible force that separates those who achieve greatness from those who stay stuck in mediocrity. It's not about being the smartest, the most talented, or even the most passionate. It's about being consistent, showing up every single day, and pushing through discomfort, no matter what. Most people fail not because they lack ambition, but because they lack self-control and consistency. They set big goals, but when motivation fades, they return to old habits, distractions, and excuses. They tell themselves, "I'll start tomorrow, I'm too tired," or "I don't feel like it right now." The result, days turn into weeks, weeks turn into years, and they find themselves in the same place, wondering why they haven't made progress. The harsh truth? You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your discipline. Talent means nothing without consistency. Intelligence is wasted without effort. Ambition is useless without action. The most successful people in the world are not the most gifted, they are the most disciplined. Why discipline is more important than motivation. Most people rely on motivation to take action, but motivation is temporary, unreliable, and based on emotions. Some days you feel inspired, some days you don't. If you only work when you feel like it, you'll never accomplish anything great. Discipline, on the other hand, is permanent. It's the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't want to. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's going to the gym when you'd rather relax. It's working on your dreams when distractions are tempting you. Discipline is what turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. Think about it. Do you brush your teeth every morning? Yes, because it's a habit. You don't wake up and think, "I'm not motivated to brush my teeth today." You just do it. That's discipline. Imagine if you applied that same automatic consistency to your health, career, and personal growth. Your life would transform. The high cost of a life without discipline. Buddha once said, "To enjoy good health, to bring true happiness to one's family, and to bring peace to all, one must first discipline and control one's own mind." Your actions today shape your future. A lack of discipline now will always lead to regret later. Here's the cost of living without discipline. Skipping workouts leads to poor health. A weak body leads to a weak mind. Procrastinating on goals leads to a wasted life. Time is the one thing you can never get back. Giving in to distractions leads to failure. Scrolling social media, watching TV, and gossiping will steal your success. Choosing comfort now leads to struggle later. Every time you avoid the hard work, you delay your own growth. A life without discipline is a life without direction. It's controlled by impulses, emotions, and external circumstances instead of purpose, consistency, and action. You either control your mind or your mind controls you. How to build unbreakable discipline. Start small but be consistent. Don't try to change everything at once. Small daily habits create big results. Create habits, not just goals. A goal is something you want. A habit is something you do. Make success a daily routine. Remove distractions. If you allow temptations, you will give in to them. Control your environment to control your actions. Hold yourself accountable. No one is coming to save you. Your progress is your responsibility. Push through discomfort. The difference between winners and losers? Winners do what's hard, even when they don't feel like it. Embrace self-discipline as a way of life. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the more powerful it gets. Your future depends on your daily habits. If you struggle with discipline, ask yourself, where will my life be in 5 years if I keep making excuses? Will you be stronger, wealthier, and wiser? Or will you be stuck in the same place, blaming circumstances? Your habits today are shaping your future. The choice is simple. Stay weak and undisciplined, or build the habits that lead to success. Because in the end, discipline creates freedom. Without it, you stay trapped in a cycle of regret. Choose wisely. Holding on to the past. The past is like a heavy chain wrapped around your ankles. It holds you back, slows you down, and keeps you stuck in a place you no longer belong. Many people live their lives trapped in past mistakes, heartbreaks, failures, and regrets. They replay painful memories thinking that if they hold on long enough, they can change what happened. But the truth is, the past cannot be changed. Only your perspective can. Buddha once said, "You cannot travel the path until you become the path itself." This means that true growth begins when you stop carrying the weight of yesterday and start walking fully in the present. But most people don't let go because they fear that without their past, they will lose a part of themselves. They don't realize that by holding on, they are losing the person they could become. The past can become a prison. Holding on to the past is like being trapped in a room with no windows. The air becomes heavy, the light fades, and you feel stuck. You may not realize it, but clinging to what's already gone is silently stealing your joy, peace, and progress. Some people hold on because they feel guilty. Some hold on because they were hurt and can't forgive. Some hold on because they miss the way things used to be. Some hold on because they are afraid of the unknown future. But the longer you hold on, the harder it becomes to move forward. You must ask yourself, are you living or are you just reliving the past? The cost of living in the past. Imagine carrying a backpack filled with heavy rocks. Each rock represents a regret, a grudge, or a painful memory. Now imagine walking up a mountain with that weight on your back. Every step feels harder, every breath heavier. Eventually, you become too exhausted to continue. This is what happens when you refuse to let go of the past. It slowly drains you, making life feel like an uphill battle. The past will rob you of happiness because you are too focused on what went wrong to enjoy what is going right. Opportunities because you are too afraid to step into the unknown. Inner peace because you keep reopening old wounds instead of healing them. Self-worth because you define yourself by past failures instead of present potential. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means freeing yourself. It means choosing peace over pain, growth over guilt, and possibilities over limitations. How to finally let go? 1. Accept that the past is over. No matter how much you think about it, you cannot change it. The only thing you can change is what you do now. 2. Forgive, even if they don't deserve it. Forgiveness is not about them, it's about your freedom. 3. Release self-blame. You are not the same person you were back then. You have grown, you have learned, you are evolving. 4. Focus on the present moment. Ask yourself, what can I do today to create a better tomorrow? 5. Let go with love. Don't resent the past. Thank it for the lessons and move forward. You cannot walk into the future with your feet in the past. Holding on to the past is like trying to drive forward while staring in the rearview mirror. You'll crash. Your power is in the present. Your future is waiting. The moment you decide to let go, you take back control of your life. The past is a place of reference, not residence. Learn from it, but do not live in it. It's time to free yourself. The past is gone. The future is yours to create. 10. Neglecting your health. Your health is the foundation of everything in your life. Without it, success, happiness, and even wealth mean nothing. Yet so many people sacrifice their health for work, bad habits, or simply neglect it, not realizing that once it's gone, it's the hardest thing to get back. Think about it. Would you rather spend time taking care of your body now or be forced to spend time dealing with sickness later? Your body is like a machine. It needs fuel, maintenance, and rest to function at its best. But when you ignore it, it slowly breaks down. Buddha said, "To keep the body in good health is a duty. Otherwise, we shall not be able to keep our mind strong and clear." This means that your body and mind are connected. Neglecting one affects the other. The high cost of neglecting your health. Many people don't take their health seriously until they start feeling pain, losing energy, or facing serious issues. But by then, the damage is already done. What are the real costs of neglecting your health? Low energy. You wake up feeling drained, struggle to focus, and feel exhausted throughout the day. Increased stress. Poor health weakens your ability to handle challenges, making you feel anxious and overwhelmed. Shortened lifespan. Unhealthy habits lead to serious diseases that could have been prevented. Loss of productivity. When your body is weak, your performance in work, relationships, and life suffers. Regret. The painful realization that you could have done something earlier but didn't. The truth is, you can always make more money, but you can never buy back your health. Take control. Build a healthy body and mind. Neglecting your health doesn't happen overnight. It's a result of small, repeated choices that either build you up or break you down. Here's how to start. 1. Prioritize sleep. Your body needs rest to heal, grow, and function properly. Lack of sleep weakens your focus, mood, and immune system. Aim for 7 to 9 hours every night. 2. Move your body every day. You don't need a gym membership. Just walk, stretch, or do any activity that keeps you active. Your body was designed to move. 3. Eat to fuel, not just for pleasure. Processed foods and sugar drain your energy and weaken your health. Eat clean, nourish your body, and stay hydrated. 4. Manage stress. Chronic stress leads to illness. Meditate, breathe deeply, and take time to relax. Your mental health matters too. 5. Cut out toxic habits. Smoking, drinking, overeating, or neglecting self-care will slowly destroy you. Replace bad habits with healthier choices. Your body is a temple. Take care of it. You don't get a second body in this lifetime. The stronger and healthier you are, the more you can achieve, experience, and enjoy in life. The best investment you will ever make is in yourself. Your health is your true wealth. Protect it, nourish it, and watch your life transform. Life is a journey, and every step you take shapes your future. The choices you make today, who you surround yourself with, how you treat your body, and what you focus on, determine the life you'll live tomorrow. Buddhism teaches us that true transformation starts from within. When you let go of distractions, embrace discipline, and walk your own path with wisdom, you unlock a life of peace, success, and fulfillment. At Buddhism Pathways, we are here to guide you toward a clearer mind, a stronger spirit, and a better life. If this message resonated with you, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more powerful lessons, and continue your journey toward enlightenment. Remember, the path to a better life begins with a single step. Take that step today. See you in the next video.